very good afternoon to football fans around the world, in Australia and especially here in New South Wales. Welcome to match day 12 of the National Premier League men's competition here in New South Wales, live from the iconic Belmore Sports Ground here in a lovely Sydney afternoon. My name's Dom Rizzuto. It's a pleasure to be taking you through all the action between Sydney Olympic and Blacktown City, 9th versus 6th on the ladder. This is sure to be an absolute humdinger between two sides that have gotten off to indifferent starts this season. Both will be looking to keep their finals hopes alive with an important 3 points today. Let's get through those team lineups for you right away whilst we see that the teams are yet to come out onto the field. Starting with the away side, plenty of changes amongst the starting lineup and the substitutions for them. Tristan Prendergast is in goals. Grant Lynch returns to the starting lineup and will partner alongside Adam Berry at centre half. Travis Major, Jack O'Brien are in there again alongside Tyron Burney. Danny Choi gets a move up from the bench from last week. Ben Barry, Nicholas O'Brien and Joey Gibbs remain in the starting lineup, and they're joined by Jacob Maniti today in the starting 11. On the bench, Ruben Aretefe comes in for Mario Chabal. Caden Henderson is in there again. Sebastian Hayward, Cameron Degesu, Riley Nolan and Teng Athian, and then amongst around 4 to 5 changes on the bench for the away side. Then we get across to the home side. Today, starting in goals, Noah James, George Timothy in number 4, Zygmunt Gordon in 5, 8 is Sam McIlhatton, 10 is Darcy Burgess, 11 is Adam Parkhouse, 14 and getting into the starting lineup today is Michael Vakis, 15 is William Much, 23 is Jackson Bandiera, 29 is George Antonis, and up top, the ever-present Roy O'Donovan in number 99. On the bench, Oliver Pufflet goes back to that sitting spot from the starting side from last week. Zach Zorisic is in 12. Abraham Majok is in 17. Teng Kual is 18. Gianni DiPizio is 19. And 20 is Christopher Parsons as both sides come out onto the field for this mouth-watering tie in the National Premier League Women's Competition. And of course you are catching this live on the official YouTube channel of Football New South Wales. An astronomical entrance for both sides, like they're walking out onto the moon for what now people will call maybe a must-win game for both of these sides if they want to keep their hopes alive of playing finals football come the later months of this year. Both sides now are getting into their positions. The referees are shaking hands. They, of course, are Adrian Arndt in the middle with the whistle today. Lance Greenshields and Hayden Langholz are holding the flags. And then you have Hayden Mitch Lamar and Richard Baker as the 4th and 5th official. As I mentioned, it's 6th versus 9th today on the ladder. Blacktown City off to a really decent start. Not too many, I think, predicted them to be in and around this mark of at this time of the season. They've done incredibly well, sitting on 21 points. Sydney Olympic trailed them in 9th place, 6 points behind. Both sides have almost won the same amount of games, 6 to 5 respectively. However, it's Blacktown that have had the staying power in the tough fixtures, being able to pick up 3 draws along the way with those 2 losses. However, it's Sydney Olympic that have really struggled to knuckle down some tight fixtures, dropping 6 and not getting a single point in any match so far this season via the stalemate. So this one sure is going to be an absolute cracker. Sydney Olympic are, of course, on the up from last week, a 2-1 victory over the North West Sydney Spirit, whilst Blacktown unfortunately ran into the rampaging Western Sydney Wanderers youth team that are setting the competition alight at the moment. So they won't take too much disappointment from that, considering the opposition they were up against. But they will want to be bouncing back as soon as possible, and they will be looking to use this game as that opportunity and will be the more favoured between the two sides. We're about ready here to kick off at Belmore. Referee Adrian Arndt is checking with all the officials and players that they are ready. And we are underway in 3, too early, 2, 1. Whistle beat me to the punch. But we are now underway here at Belmore. It is Sydney Olympic kicking off there, running right to left across your streaming screens. Blacktown in the jet black uniform, running vice versa. And they will get things underway. The ball there from Ben Barry. Switching it out to Adam Berry at the back there. Go forward early. Choi's touch was initially quite an attractive one, but it was then not met by a ill-placed pass. The ball's played forward and it's picked up rather comfortably by Tyrone Burney, the rampaging fullback, but he's given the ball away here. Now's a chance for Olympic to attack. The ball forward there by Michael Hatton. Doesn't find its target. The ball, Acosto might. In the end, it's cleared away comfortably by City, and now they look to counter. They don't take advantage. And the ball is hoofed clear and out of danger by Olympic. Promising start, though, for the home side. Of course, they're playing on the grass today. It's not something you often see in this competition. Does change the game ever so slightly. Here's Choi now. Switching it back in field. Here's Maniti. He opts to go wide here to Lynch. Back inside now to Berry. Here's Lynch now with the cross. There's a flick on there by, looked to be Burgess. He can't find a way through. And Olympic see the danger clear. Promising signs for the away side as well as they test the defence of the Olympic early. Donovan brings it down well. Allows Olympic to reset and move forward here for Gordon. The ball is played forward into the path of O'Donnell, who's onside, squares it across. But there's no one there to meet it. It's good tracking in the end there by the centre half today for you from Blacktown, Ben Barry. And it does eventually go out for a goal kick, as I mentioned, just before the grass. It does hold the ball up a lot more than the Astro, which a lot of these teams are used to playing on. There's Maniti now. City happy to hold possession and bring the press. The ball over the top is too heavy and far away from Lynch. Prendergast, on the other hand, decides that he doesn't want to play around at the back and wants to play more direct. Contrasting styles from either side. There's a long ball up to O'Donovan. Doesn't have the strength to hold off the ever-present Ben Barry at the back. He's Burney now. Wiggles his way out of trouble. So dangerous whilst running with the ball, and he's just clipped there as he's looking to break away. Parkhouse bringing him down illegally, according to referee Adrian Arndt. Here's Berry now. That's now to Barry. Berry to Barry, that's a good ball forward. Bernie's onto this here. He whips it across really nicely. Had to be dealt with at the back there by Gordon. Danger zoning away momentarily, though. Bernie looked to have been offside. Flag stays down. Cross does come in there by Major. It's come all the way over the top to O'Brien. Brings it back now into Choi. Choi has a go! It isn't far away. It had James flying acrobatically, just in case it was dipping inside that crossbar. It's Timothy now. They go direct again here up the top. Well dealt with by Bernie aerially, but then Manidi slips over. Eventually the ball breaks kindly for Olympic. Switch of play there by Bandiera. Still with Olympic here. Here's Vakis. One-on-one with Lynch, still Vakis. Lovely ball inside. Here's that chance. O'Donovan's there, and somehow it hasn't been turned in by the former A-League star. It's going to be a corner declared here, so the danger isn't over just yet for City. It was wonderful play by Vakis out on the right-hand side. Cut inside, and the pass through to Burgess was brilliantly weighted. He just couldn't find O'Donovan. They go short here with the corner. Bandiera now has a go himself, but it's high, wide, and not very handsome. And City avoid a major bullet on that occasion. That's a poor giveaway from Lynch. It's picked up, and now Burgess can break away. Burgess storming into the box. Still Burgess here. Brilliantly blocked there by Barry. Danger not over yet is Bandiera. Lovely ball. House from Parkhouse, and it's come finally for the home side. The direct play has put the defensive City under all sorts of pressure, and the informed Sydney Olympic hit first by a wonderful strike from Adam Parkhouse. Absolutely no chance for Tristan Prendergast in the middle. Drilled into the near post, the far post. And with 7 minutes gone, it's Sydney Olympic 1, Blacktown City 0. The pressure from the home side was magnificent in the lead up to that goal. There were some poor giveaways by the away side, which allowed them to sustain that pressure and get the reward. Don't want to let that slide either. One of the strangest kickoff routines I've seen in quite some time. Brazilian style flick up and then hoisted into the air, but didn't really go for a shot, didn't really go for a cross or a lob. In fact, it was just high in the air and it didn't really result in anything. I wonder if we'll see it again. Prendergast goes long. And then Timothy is sloppy and concedes a cheap free kick. Chance now for City to potentially load the box up, send the bodies forward. Traditionally a team that's good in the air. They tried the sneaky set play routine. Ball forward into O'Brien was well weighted by Choi, but the City midfielder was complaining of a tug. Referee said there was nothing wrong with it. Play on. And they do, and they come again. Maniti switches it out to Lynch now. Looking to adventure forward down that left-hand sideline today. He's playing a very high role. Is Barry now. Barry again. Nice couple of turns there. Here's Bernie. O'Brien switches it out here to Maniti. Nicholas O'Brien goes long into the gap where Choi was making his arched run. All covered in the end by Olympic, and then they go long over to Parkhouse, who's got some speed to burn. Bernie does his defensive duties, and fortunate for the away side, the adventurous right back was back in his defensive position. Burgess tries to flick it on, doesn't work the first time. Out now to Parkhouse. Nice ball here. Into the path of Antonis. Just can't find the ball across. And it goes out for a goal kick. Free kick given, and the ball is played quickly to Parkhouse. Bernie's there. Gets in front of the cross, but has to concede the corner. Parkhouse on the score sheet last week as well, so that's 2-2 for him. He equalised for Olympic after they trailed early to Northwest Sydney Spirit. They lead early here, which will be a much better outlook for them for the rest of this game. Here comes that whipping cross. That's a well-weighted ball. And somehow, I think it's Parkhouse again. No, it's not Parkhouse there, sorry. It's Gordon at the back. He somehow just couldn't get enough of his forehead connected with the ball. That had any sort of power that was flying past Prendergast for a second for Olympic. And it hasn't come. They got the chance again, though. It was a wonderful cross from the corner. This one goes towards the back post again. Timothy is there. Lynch is there to deal with it and then heads clear sufficiently. And Olympic can break. Maniti is brought down there by a trailing leg from Bandiera. No, excuse me, Antonis. Is Berry. To Maniti. Back to Berry. No way forward for Lynch on that occasion. O'Brien now. Needs to whip it out to Bernie. Doesn't find the mark. That's a nice flick on there. O'Donovan showing his class. Then goes long over the top to Burgess to chase. O'Brien's got work to do. Does it comfortably in the end. Lynch goes into the space, but the pass is well and truly overhit. So far, the home side have easily marshalled City into submission. Eventually, James will take this goal kick. Back his boot, which has gone well over halfway on the fly. Referee plays advantage well there. Choi is brought down rather cynically, and they get the free kick, City. Drums are beating loud for the home side. Why wouldn't they be? It's been an impressive opening 15 minutes from them. City are starting to work their way into the game ever so slightly. Just controlling a bit more possession. Probably the way that this game goes today. They'll look to dictate the play. And Olympic will look to hit on the break. That's a couple of errors from either side, and it's worked in City's favour in the end. Long over the top here. It's a good run by Joey Gibbs, but doesn't find him in the end. And that's a lovely way to ball across to Parkhouse, but Bernie is calm under pressure. Here's Bernie. Ball inside there to Choi. Now to switch of play. He's on. It's Berry who's picked it up. Uses Lynch. Berry again. Pressured by Burgess. Keeps it well. It's whipped in. Header from Gibbs isn't there for him. Burgess breaks away. Vakis tries to roll it back into his path. It will be deflected out for a throw. Better from the away side. We're still looking to register their first shot on target. Only Choi's missile that they can use as a measuring stick. Here's Olympic again though, with Parkhouse. Bandier around the outside, across there too! George and Tonus, who really should have made it 2 for Olympic. Well, they haven't had a lot of the ball to the home side, but when they have, they've looked magnificent going forward. And the young midfielder will want to put that one behind him, because that was a great opportunity to put his side into the driver's seat very early on here. I don't want to have to give City the ammunition to go on and win this game. That's a poor giveaway by Berry. He's fortunate that Parkhouse can't find an intended target with a quick header. That ball forward from Prendergast is poor. And now they break through Parkhouse. One-on-one with Bernie. Goes back to Burgess. Bandiera looked for the run there of McIlhatton, who has been a bit quiet since his first couple of touches in the opening minutes of this half. James goes long. Lynch has got to cover this. Does so well enough and allows the ball to pick up a little bit of speed and roll into the grateful hands of Prendergast. No advantage there as O'Brien is brought down. Ilhatton, the guilty party on that occasion. Get it underway quick here. Here's Berry looking for options. Plays it into the path of Lynch, who's onside here. Gets it across. There's the flick on header. Oh, and it can't be tapped in. Joey Gibbs was reaching for it. It was well out of his reach, actually. Sorry, it was Major that was reaching for it. It was Gibbs with the flick on. Glorious opportunity. That's their best one so far. The score still remains 1-0. James's direct ball forward is far too heavy and it allows City to claim possession again. Here's Lynch. Here's Gibbs. City moving the ball around nicely now. Confidence on the up after that initial chance. Oh, that's a poor giveaway. It's fallen to the path of Major. Good recovery momentarily by Bandiera. Then the ball comes across, but it's flicked away by the Olympic defence. Breaks to Berry. Whips it across. Major's at the back. Parkhouse deals with it and concedes the corner. Bandiera with the initially poor clearance. Recovered well. But Olympic scramble can only keep City at bay momentarily. Knocking on the door here, the away side, looking for that equaliser. Troy's over this, it's whipped in towards the back post. Gordon's there and deals it, and then Timothy heads away. Here's Burney from distance. Timothy reacts well. Burgess tried something very audacious. It didn't work out in the end. Troy rolls it through really nicely into the path of Barry, and there's a great opportunity. Major! Oh, sensational save! It's Gibbs! That's denied brilliantly by James. Just couldn't get it out of his feet initially, the striker. But what about the save by Noah James, keeping his side in front. Now look back on that one if the score remains the same from here on out. They've got a corner to deal with first, though. There's Gibbs again. It comes back to Major. Can't bring it down. It's flicked across. Lynch tries to flick it on. Still with City. Varkas tries to break clear. Can't do so. And then Antonis thumps it up top. McIlhatton does well to keep possession there. And Olympic can just breathe a sigh of relief. cut out well there by Much. He's looking for some options. Gets it eventually, and Varkas, who goes round the initial challenge, but the ball trickles out of play. Olympic just want to take a bit of the sting out of this game as they're starting to fall a little bit behind. From a momentum perspective, here's Parkhouse, though, almost steals an inch. Bernie was on hand and covered well. Major is onside, whips it back inside. Here's Choi. Tries to dink the keeper from a very acute angle. Required something very special to get it past James. Tibathu just bemoaning with the assistant referee on the grandstand side. Certainly thought that the City winger was offside. O'Donovan's going to be well offside here. He's going to go around the keeper and put it in the back of the net anyway. To no avail. But at least we have seen the ball in the back of the net again. Whether it was legal or not. Here's Gibbs. Ball forward to Lynch, who's charged up the field again, but he can't progress from there. Donovan now just settling his side down. James was a little unnervy there as he tried to play it out from the back. Bernie playing it forward. Barry all over Donovan's shirt. Referee keeps the whistle away from his mouth. The play continues. Long ball to Bernie, who should just keep this in. Bandiera does well to shield him away and play it forward. Handball there against Choi. Now City break. This is a good run forward. Choi now. One-on-one with Bandiera. Still going here, Choi. Tries to get the ball across the 6-yard line, but it's well marshalled in the end by Bandiera. Couple of fouls left and right. We have our first official card of the day. Going to Jacob Maniti. There was a couple of challenges that could have been punished there, and eventually it was his. He's not happy with the decision. Decide to go backwards here, not load the box. Timofu. And then the ball from Hatton is atrocious. It goes out for a throw. That was one of the worst set-piece routines that you'll come across. Ball forward into Lynch is well weighted. He's kept it in. Oh, no, the referee on the far side says it did go out of play. Good effort there by the left back regardless. Ball forward isn't well weighted. There's chance now. What a fantastic cover there by Gordon. Just losing the ball cheaply here now, Olympic. Here's Major again. Ball across is tapped in far too easily. But it's delightful nonetheless from the away side, who have bounced back after changing the momentum of this game. Jack O'Brien on hand to tap it in from an unmissable range. No chance for James on this occasion. And Olympic, well, after starting so well, just slipped off the pace ever so slightly. Gave the ball away on numerous occasions. And finally they were punished for it by City, who, as I mentioned before, have started to work their way back into this contest. But it means we've got a game on our hands. It's another poor giveaway there. Get away with it that time.
Scored by number 8, Jack O'Brien. Scored as Olympic 1, Blacktown 1.
Bandiera plays it forward nicely into Parkhouse. The flick over the top to Burgess is very delightful to watch. Still with Burgess, looking for the option. Gets that ball back to Bandiera, looking for something. Still trying to find a way through. Has to go back to Parkhouse. Now comes that cross. There's no one there. And then Lynch, with all the time in the world, makes a cup of tea and then hands it back to his keeper. And the chance goes begging for the home side. And now Bandiera is well out of position and no one's covered for him. Major looking for a path forward. It comes to O'Brien again. Onto his left. Gordon's in the way though. Look at Hatton. For options, we're just getting stuck on it again. Now they finally switch it here. And Much brings it forward. People to aim for. He only finds Bernie. Danger's not over yet though. Look at Hatton. Bandiera picks this one up. Parkhouse wanted the run. It's still with Bandiera, trying to get it back onto his left foot. Still going here, the left back. But Bernie stays with him diligently and wins the goal kick. Pinch the ball here. Burgess looks for the run of Parkhouse. He's got some work to do. Barry covers well. Slid in. Choi onside. And he is adjudged offside by the official. Fortunately so, though, for Olympic, because he had rounded James, who had come right off his line into no man's land. Something might tell me that because they got away with one before City, they were punished on that occasion. They were both very similar offside calls and no calls. Prendergast goes long. Major now one-on-one with Timothy. Forces the centre half to clear. Getting far too much room down that right-hand touchline, the away side. Oh, lovely weighted into Bernie. Cuts it back. There is O'Brien. But this time he's covered by McIlhatton. And he doesn't find the power to get past James in goal. The signs are ominous here now for Olympic. They need to pick it up because City are now starting to turn the screws. Burgess can't get past Lynch on that occasion, wins the throw. Ball into Parkhouse, his touch is heavy, still manages to find a pass forward. McIlhatton goes out to Burgess. Lynch heads away only as far as Much, who sends a shot almost onto the T7 tracks behind the goal. I think that kind of sums up what has been the last 30 minutes for the home side. After scoring, they have really been quite poor. Ball goes up, Gordon misjudges it. Here's Choi. That does really well to go around Much. Still going here, Choi, looking for options. Gets it into Gibbs. Ball goes straight across. Bandiera does his job. Here's O'Brien. Major's made a great run. Gordon's kept him well onside as well. He's got no support. He's Bernie. Berry goes across towards Gibbs, headed clear. Lynch. Sensational turn. Can he get the ball across? It's just sitting around that penalty spot. City can't turn it towards goal. Olympic do enough to scramble and clear it away. I think they're just hanging off a half-time now here, the home side. They could really need it, do with it, I should say. In the path now with Joy. Here's Gibbs, one-on-one with Gordon. Gibbs still going, Gordon goes down, Gibbs still going there. Can't get the ball across, but does win a corner. The defence is all over the place for the men in blue. They need to find a little bit more solidarity because they're just getting carved up. Shouts from the crowd to wake up. Towards the keeper, there's Major. Burgess does enough to see it away for another corner. Whipped in there again by O'Brien, cleared well by Gordon. O'Brien doesn't come off. And Olympic survive the corner threat scare. He heads away. Brian looked for Choi, who was not in an advanced position. Matteo, that is a wonderful ball forward. Prendergast did really well to make sure that he was on his toes and ready to get the ball away. Oh, that's a cynical trip. Actually calling a free kick initially here for City, which is one that has brought about some ruckus fans. Chance late on here in this first half with just a couple minutes left of the regular 45 minutes available to snatch a lead. It's dinked in. Back to Choi. The flag is up for offside. Not too sure which player they've called that against. Could be a couple. James goes long again. Barry with a huge header. Gives holding the ball up really well and winning the free kick. Olympic look to break. Burgess still going. Great run from him. Now here's Parkhouse. His opening goal extremely well taken. They haven't been able to kick on since then. Nice ball forward by Bandiera, but Bryant stole a charge and now found Majors. Whips it out here to Gibbs, but the ball is overhit. Danger's not over just yet. Into the pipe of O'Brien, and Timothy with a telling intervention. And up here to O'Donovan, brings it down really nicely. Looks to go past O'Brien, can't do so on that occasion, but gives his players a chance to just get some air back in the lungs. City really should have made Olympic pay there. Majors just couldn't find the pass that Gibbs required to put himself in a position to put Noah James under immense pressure. Long left here in the first half between Sydney Olympic and Blacktown City in match day 12. Choi still running forward here, doesn't make a break. Just as Parkhouse looked like he might have an opportunity to counter, the referee calls for a break in what has been a tale of two halves inside a half between these two teams. Sydney Olympic 1, Blacktown City 1. Goals to Adam Parkhouse in the 7th minute. And then Jack O'Brien on the half-hour mark have sent these two sides to the sheds with a share of the spoils as it stands. It was certainly the away side that finished the better between the two. And the home side managed to get to the break with no further damage done, and will look to reset and try and get themselves back in front in the second half. All to play for here at Belmore on the Football New South Wales official YouTube channel. We'll catch you soon for the second half of the National Premier New South Wales clash between Sydney Olympic and Blacktown City.
Just a reminder that following this game here at Gilmore Sports Ground, there is the under-20s kicking off at 5 p.m. Additionally, if you are looking for some Senior Olympic women's football, they are also kicking off at 5 p.m. Outside Gilmore Sports Ground in the North Field. So plenty of Olympic action to follow the second half here. Let's show the boys. Come on, Olympic.
Good to have you back here from Belmore, live on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel and live stream. This is Sydney Olympic versus Blacktown City. Scores at the break, 1 apiece. Setting up an intriguing second 45. Has been a change for the home side. Abraham Jock is on. What looks to be a replacement for Max Burgess. Interesting call there, perhaps Burgess a little injured. Bandiera, who's been busy at left back today. Look at Ilhatton. Now Antonis striding forward. Much now. He hasn't seen, pardon the pun, much of the ball in this half. And when he has, it's looked really good going forward. Here's Parkhouse winning a corner for one of the second half, an early one for Olympic. Darcy Burgess is off. Max Burgess. There's that corner now coming in. Won't do anything fancy with it. They'll go all the way back to Timothu, who just couldn't get away from Lynch. He did enough to just put this big centre half off. Has got out for another corner, however. So the danger isn't over yet. Olympic looking to start like they started the game this half. Comes that corner now. Richards wasn't near post, so Donovan looked for the flick. With aerial ping pong. Nice work though from Olympic to get to the second ball on both occasions. No free kick given there as Hatton is bundled into, and now the break is on. Storming forward is Gibbs. Here's Gibbs to make it 2, and it's beautifully saved again by James. And then Major, who was running in, has claimed that he was put off, was bundled over as he tried to get the rebound. But the referee has deemed it as just a coming together with Antonis, who got his body in the way. And actually really good covering run from the centre midfielder. Look back now, most certainly did nothing wrong there, the young Olympic centre midfielder. Did all that he needed to do to get in front of Major, who was bound to score if he wasn't there. rolling really well. This is a nice run from Bandiera. Goes out to Parkhouse. He's just starting to hit the pass, though, to the left winger. Jock for a way forward with just blistering speed. Does really well. Out to the path of an on-rushing O'Donovan. Can it be bundled in? No, it can't be. It's all over the place. It's a scrap. And it's finally got in! Oh, Van Jonas! It's arguably the worst goal of the season, but it won't matter for Sydney Olympic, who have repeated the start to what they had in the first half in the second half, and have nabbed the lead early on here, just 5 minutes into the second half. It's as Sunday league as it gets inside the 6-yard box. The new substitute on, Abraham Majok, has made a blistering impact off the bench. He's down, though, at the moment, receiving treatment. He did have a nasty coming together with one of the City defenders, but he did really well to just create the space. The ball across from Varkas was brilliantly weighted. O'Donovan couldn't tap it in, but after the City defence failed to clear it away, they eventually ended up hoofing it into an Olympic player in George Antonis, and it rebounded into the back of the net. Nothing that Prendergast could do about in goals. The fan base of One and a Drum are full of voice after a great start to the second half for the Herb side. Can they on this occasion retain the lead, though, and push for more and not allow City a way back into it? City, though, through Bernie. Back to Berry, whips it across, unmarked at the back is Major, and he's offside. Thought he was remarkably free at the back because he was standing in an offside position. Even then, his header back into the mixer was off target. No one could bundle it in anyway, so he's had his blushes spared ever so slightly. Side that are well on top, like they were in the first half at this stage. Now gets it into Gibbs. Nice work from the man up top, Choi. Sort of judged to have been fouled there by the big Olympic centre half, George Timothy. Very over the free kick. It's nicely weighted towards the back. James just has to punch clear. Jock, really good on the ball, super quick. Top there by Michael Hatton. Fine Bandiera up against Bernie. Needs to keep it in because it did come off him last. Does so. Back to Parkhouse, whose cross is way past a colleague in the middle of the 6-yard box. O'Brien now. A lovely cutter there by Bandiera. Now he can break away. He's got options left and right. Tries to get into the path of O'Donovan, who just couldn't bring it under his spell. Sure he does well to get that onto Majors. Here's Major now. Has to retreat as the ball gets trapped underneath his feet. Backus has kept this in well. So in turn has Berry and City come forward. Nice ball from Maniti to find Berry, who's made a forward run. Tries to get it into Major, but goal scorer and Tonus is there. Donovan drops deep to pick up the ball. This game is turning out to be a very open affair now in the second half. Just get a little bit too tricky there, the home side, and allows City to come forward. Major, one on with Gordon, into the path here of O'Brien, looking for his second, lays it off here to Berry! Oh, a wonderful save again by James. Danger's not over just yet though. Here's Choi. Comes back to Major. Can't find a way through. Here's Gibbs Major again. Mikkel Hatton in the way this time. Here's Berry. Goes all the way over to Gibb. And is parried by James. Grant. Maniti over to Choi, who can't keep it in. And once again, firm hands of Noah James in goal has kept his side in front. That's a lovely breaking ball out to Parkhouse. Bernie's got work to do up against Parkhouse. Cuts back really well. Parkhouse has got options. Eventually goes to Major. But Jock can't put it away. He cut back really well. I thought he would have had a go himself there, Parkhouse. Jock just sliced it wide. Lovely ball there. So much goes out to Parkhouse. Wasn't the right ball though, and Barry steps up. Oh, lovely run there from Troy, and he's into open pastures. Bandiera's got work to do. Still here with Troy. Lovely run. Still going. Troy! Well, it was a wonderful run. If it had gone in the top corner, it would have been a marvellous goal. He has gone down, though, here. Looks to be a little bit of cramp.
Around the grounds today, 3 other games ongoing at the moment. We have Central Coast 3, Southern 2, Rockdale England 3, Wilbur Wolves 1, and Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Upper Waikato 4.
Just heard over the speakers there a huge victory to the Premiers, RPA Leichhardt, over the league leaders, Western Sydney Wanderers. Not just a small victory by any stretch of the imagination, a 4-0 thumping. Is that the goal that'll turn the tide of RPA's season? Now having a substitution here for the home side. Off comes Michael Backus. And on comes Ola Pufflet. And then for Blacktown, Danny Choi has come off and won't return. And Ruben Awa Itefe is on.
Substitution for Blacktown City. Coming off number 11, Danny Choi. He was replaced by number 9, Ruben Awaratifi. Substitution for Sydney Olympic.
Here he comes, Awaratifi.
Off number 14, Michael Vakis.
For Gibbs in the middle. Doesn't bind him, but does win the throw. It's a real menacing figure in the box there, Awaratifi. He is tall and speedy. I'm sure he's going to cause this Olympic defence some questions for sure. Still finding their way forward. Donovan, look at a jock. Back into Donovan. Lynch has to head away again for a corner. We just passed the hour mark. Unlike the second half, City haven't found that extra gear just yet like they did in the first half. Go all the way to the back there to Gordon. Kept it in. Smith there, just whips it back across. Away by O'Brien. There's Timotheo again. Goes for goal! Wasn't a bad effort from the centre half. That, I'm sure, would have set the crowd into raptures. Nothing says fairy tale finish quite like your big centre half striking one from outside the 18-yard box. Another corner to deal with though for City, and another chance for Olympic to stretch this lead. They decide to go short. That has to be again a real poor set piece play. They've gotten away with it as Manidi is guilty of going into the back of Mikkel Hatton. get their redemption chance here. Olympic with this one. No wall for this. It's whipped in really nicely. Bernie's there to deal with it. Bandiera does well to get to the byline. Back across for O'Donovan, who just scoops the ball over the post and over the crossbar. Grant. Gibbs dropping deeper to receive the ball. That's a poor giveaway there by O'Brien. He's lucky that Maniti's there to pick up the scraps. Here's Parkhouse. Over the top now for Majok to race and get this. He'll fancy himself getting there first. Cuts back really nicely. Here's Majok! Well, what an impact this man has been off the bench. Adds in about 5 celebrations on his way to the corner flag, and why shouldn't he? He has been marvellous since coming on. His raw pace, his raw power have caused this City defence to crumble under the pressure, and has finished powerfully past Prendergast and put his side right in the driver's seat tonight, and well on their way to claiming a very important 3 points. And again we see this kick-off routine, the flick up from O'Brien and then hoofed forward like it's a rugby union style kick-off. It hasn't worked once. I don't quite understand what they're doing with it. Long ball forward, up to Urara Tefe. Doesn't get the bounce of the ball, and in frustration brings down much. Hoisted clear by James, but only as far as Olympic, who quickly find themselves in a position to attack again. Here's Majok. Gets it back to Mikkel Hatton, who just couldn't find Antonis. Not caught between two ideas there, and it allowed City to cover and clear from any sort of danger, but Olympic come again. Spandiera still going. Lovely ball forward. Here's Antonis. The cutback required. He can only hit it into the path of O'Brien. Calls for handball from the fans, not the players. Now, Iwaria Tefe looks to break, can't do so. Decides to go long with the throw. Over to Majors, who's one-on-one here with Much. A goal here will put the confidence back in the away side, most definitely. Iwaria Tefe. Switch out here to Bernie. Bandiera can get a boot to it and send it out. Bernie. Back to Barry now. Into Gibbs. Now comes that cross. It's just too heavy though. Even a man of his height, Warrior Tefe, isn't reaching that one. And the attack breaks down again for City, who just haven't looked the same team in this second half as they did in the back end of the first half. Nicely done there by Olympic, but they just ran out of room. And now Gibbs, who looked to break, just can't bring it under his spell. And now they flick it out here to Bandiera, who's got room to move, goes into Parkhouse. His pass is just overhit. A long first time. Up to O'Brien. Could certainly do with another goal contribution from him. Here's City, here's Major. Goes to the byline, just can't get it back across. It's not worked out for him so far in the second half. Switch the play early. Bernie's got work to do to get back up against Parkhouse. They come back inside, and then they switch the play again, but got a little greedy with the crossfield ball. Referee plays advantage here. Pufflet wants to run a Parkhouse, but doesn't find him. And we are going to go back for that foul on Antonis. It's Gibb that goes in the book. City management not happy about the decision making. I don't think they could really argue about that one. It was a fierce coming together. Bernie puts the afterburners on. Still going. Lovely run there. Gets it into O'Brien. Back to Bernie. His touch has just let him down at the last minute. And then Parkhouse is guilty of tripping O'Brien. Nicholas O'Brien, that is, at the back. Those are the part. Here's Bernie. He's found himself inside the 18-yard box. Awarif! Tefe goes close. That's what they've been looking for. It was a magnificent leap, and he just couldn't get the desired contact on the ball. Turn there from O'Brien, who tries to run away a bit. And Diarra wins it back. O'Brien wasn't happy with it. He thought that he'd been tugged back. It's a poor giveaway though from Timotheu. And now O'Brien brings it forward and wins the corner. It's a bit of a coming together between the two. Time now, the enemy for City. They need one here to make their lives a little easier. Here it comes. There's a flick on. But Jock is there to clear away. And here's O'Donovan now. Iwara Tefe gets away with the back heel. Major moves it forward and then goes around Timotheo, and then the free kick is given. I think there was a bit more of the evening of the odds there, as they missed out on a couple previously. The ball was sailing out of play after his first touch. The centre half can count himself unlucky on that occasion. Regardless, City have another chance to cause some trouble from the set piece. Something that they've done that effectively today. They'll try again, and it doesn't get past the first man, and that is a real sucker punch for their attacking hopes. So wide out to O'Brien, who tried to bring it down well, but he was put off ever so slightly by the pressure of Much. And then he gives away a frustrating free kick. This is the chance for Olympic go up. They know that their side now is in pole position with just under 15 minutes to go. Goes long up to O'Donovan, who's called offside. Now, they won't be allowed to take it quickly because there is a substitution happening. Gianni DiPizio is coming on. Goal scorer George Antonis is coming off to applause. He got himself on the score sheet very early in this second half, in, as I described, one of the worst goals you'll see. That won't matter to him in the slightest, because he set his side on their way towards an impressive victory here today, but they've still got work to do. Pass is short. It's picked up by Much well, and he just stops and resets. Get away with there, Pufflet does. Tries to get it into Majok, can't do so. Here's O'Brien bringing it forward. He loses out, and then his arm wrestled to the ground. And now tries to get away with it. He's walking a bit of a tightrope here, the City centre half. He's had a few pulls now and a few professional fouls that have gone amiss by the referee in terms of seeing cards. He certainly called the free kick where the free kick is due, but hasn't looked to brandish a card. Jock up really well. Pufflet tries to get it back to McGill-Houghton. Can't do so on that occasion, but they do win the throw, and they'll waste some more valuable seconds, the home side. Much whips it in towards Parkhouse. Not the greatest of crosses, and now they can break here, City. Here's Gibbs, just can't bring it under his spell. Bendiera is nudged in the back, and a free kick is given to the home side. Burney does well. Tries to get his side on the attack fast. Can't do so. This breaks nicely for Lynch, who storms forward. Big run here from Lynch. Goes wide out here to Iwara Tefe. Switches it really nicely here out to O'Brien. He's got Berry in the middle. Berry just jigs it across, but no one can get on the end of it. And James is there to pick it up. Long ball forward up to Gibbs, who does well to win the ball initially, but there's no support around him. Maniti now tries to play it through to Major, but Much steps in the way. And then James clears. Running out for a throw though. Now under 10 remaining as we get another substitution here for the home side. Teng Kuol comes on for Adam Parkhouse, who's had a marvellous game, scoring the first goal of the day.
Substitution for Sydney Olympic. Number 11, Adam Parkhouse, who was replaced by number 18, Tim Quoll.
Qual, the former Western Sydney Wanderers youth product, now plying his trade here at Sydney Olympic. Will offer again more powerful running for Olympic off the bench. It's a chance for Madeira! Oh, it's not far away at all. Barry marching his way down the field. Barry looking for that incisive ball forward, can't find it just yet. Now he goes for it. It's a good run from O'Brien. Brings it down really nicely. Back to Lynch. Whips it across. Has to be. It is. Gibbs has the second one for City. And it's game on here at Belmore. The ball forward by Berry is perfectly weighted. O'Brien brings it down magnificently. And he gets another goal involvement for this game with a beautiful cutback to Grant, who whipped it across to Gibbs, who had an open net to finish into and didn't miss on this occasion. And now City look to grab a late leveller. The ball over the top to O'Brien, who's going to stay on side here. No, he's not. The flag's gone up late. Apologies, everyone. I teased you all there.
Scored by number 23, Joey Gibbs.
Joey Gibbs, who's had a tough slog today, up top, finally got his chance and tapped it away nicely in the end. There's going to be a change here. Maniti is coming off. Sebastian Haywood is coming on for Blacktown. Just under 5 minutes remaining here at Belmore. Can the home side hold on? Oh, lovely ball from Pufflet into the path of Majok. Oh, he smashed it up against the upright. Straight between the head and shoulder of Prendergast in goal, who was beaten all ends up. Had that managed to creep inside the post, it didn't. And City survived. That would have definitely been all she wrote. But as it stands, it's still game on here. Substitutes have made a really telling impact for the home side today. Can they conjure something up here from the set piece? Mikkel Hatton whips it in. There's that header from O'Donovan, but it's headed over the crossbar. Prendergast goes long, up to Gibbs, who's good in the air. Warrior Tefe goes in late on Gordon as he looked to be playing the header. Looked like potentially he may have left an arm in there as well. Referee has kept the cards in the pocket. Just gives Olympic more chances to settle and waste some valuable seconds now. Here's Qual looking for a way forward, still going here. Lovely run from him. Just gets it caught underneath his feet momentarily. And then is eventually adjudged to have fouled O'Brien. Man with the drums still banging loud for Blacktown. Hayward gives it away, and now Olympic can spring forward with Majok. He decides to play it sensible. Goes around Hayward a little too easily there. The substitute for City recovers and then forces Olympic back, but they won't mind that. Lynch just tries to get the attack underway quickly, doesn't do so. It does come back to City and they get the ball underway. Here's that pace from Burney. That's got to be a free kick. It is. Looked like anyone was getting close to him and they had to bring him down. Here comes Berry sending it forward. Warrior Tefe can't reach the cross again. Lynch does well. Gibbs tries to get it forward. Goes down. Too easy for the referee's liking. And now Olympic bring it clear with Majok. Chased by Hayward. Majok still going. The man of the match performance off the bench. Just runs it into the corner flag. Can't keep it there though. And Hayward comes away. They get the ball straight back underway here from the free kick. 90 minutes is up here at Belmore. Oh, Bandiera steps up and wins the ball really well. As you know, sorry, it's Mikkel Hatton. going to get an Olympic free kick and just waste some more valuable seconds.
The fourth official has indicated a minimum of 5 minutes of additional time.
It will be 5 minutes of additional time. We're going to have a bit more added on, I think, as Abraham Majok has gone down again. Jock will get back on the field. Wall now. Looking for a way forward, can't do so. City go long. Oh, good stuff there from Iwari Etefe, who's kept this in and then is bundled over lazily there by, looks to be the Pizio, who's just come on. Here comes the free kick. Lofted right into the 6-yard box. Comes down here brilliantly for Lynch. Shouts for penalty. Controversially, no one else goes for it though. Great work here by O'Brien. Oh, that's nicely done. Now comes the cross. Goes out for a corner. Well, this was very close call here. The corner now. Whipped in towards the back post. Flicked away there by Majok. And then away again. Back to Berry. Into the path here, Flinch. Can anyone put it away? There's a call for another penalty. It doesn't come. Round the back here. Major. It's got to be in. It is! 3-3! And at the depth. It's the main man off the bench, Ruben Oruitefe. They huffed and they puffed and they've finally blown the house down. And Blacktown, from the brink of death, have snatched a point here potentially at Belmore. Heartbreak for Olympic, who have played so well in this second half. But when it matters, they haven't held it together. Is there still time for us? A late one here. Pizio gets the ball stolen off him. O'Brien in space. He's one-on-one here with Gordon. He's got people in the middle. Oh, and he doesn't try to find Gibbs. If he has that moment again, I'm sure he would love to take it again because Gibbs is in the box unmarked. You'd think this would be the last action of this game. There might still be a few minutes added on. Berry brings it down. Needs options, can't bring it forward fast enough. Wide now. Major. Awara Etefe still going. Finds Major again off the shoulder. Pizio gets it and does enough. Still with City here. They go long across to O'Brien, but in the way is Bandiera again. And then the ball is thrown away. Need to get this throw in the field of play. Jock just knocks it down and out of play. They go long, up to Gibbs, who's got no support. Tries to get it across. There's Awara Etefe again. It's just headed away. Anywhere will do for Olympic at this stage. Then out for a throw. Referee still hasn't looked at the watch. This will surely be it now. They go long up to Major, but they can't find him. Majok gets in the way and then they hoist it clear. Referee looks at the watch, puts the whistle in the mouth and calls full time here in what has been an enthralling contest between two incredibly even sides. It was back and forth, it was topsy-turvy, and in the end, nothing could separate them. 3 goals apiece, 1 either side of the first half, and then 2 each in the second, seeing Sydney Olympic finish on 3 and Blacktown City finish on 3. Goals in the first half came by Anna Parkhouse and Jack O'Brien, and then in the second half it was a major impact off the bench by Abraham Majok and Teng Kuol. The goals coming via Majok, that was the third one, and the one before that came via George Antonis, who bundled it in early in the second half. But City found a way back. Goals via Joey Gibbs and the substitute Ruben Awara Etefe, sneaking home a point and putting some sort of smile on their dial as they make the trip back up the M7 this afternoon. My thanks again to all of you who watched this one. It was an absolute doozy, and I hope you enjoyed it. Full time here once again from Belmore Sports Ground. My name's Tom Rizzuto. Sydney Olympic 3, Blacktown City 3.